సో సిలబస్ ఎలాగూ మొత్తం అయిపోయింది కాబట్టి ఒక 3 ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ తప్పించి మిగతా అంతా అయిపోయింది కాబట్టి we will discuss important problems which maybe comes to your final examinations through దా ద్వారా మీకు ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఫైనల్ ఎగ్జామినేషన్ రావడానికి పాసిబిలిటీ ఉండే ఇంపార్టెంట్ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ ఏమంటే వాటన్నిటిని కూడాను డిస్కస్ చేద్దాం. Consider this particular discussion as a revision. Okay, maybe consider it as a revision. So let us go ahead and look about this binary search problem. So I'd like to complete this particular binary search problem very quickly. Previously already చూసున్నాం కాబట్టి దీన్ని కొంచెం ఫాస్ట్ గానే కన్సిడర్ చేద్దాం. So let us have a look here. So binary search is one of the very important problems for divide and conquer. Okay, it is very important problem for divide and conquer. And out of all searches, we do have many search operations. Search operations చాలా ఉన్నాయి, రకరకాల search operations ఉన్నాయి. అన్నిటిలోకి తక్కువ వెరీ లెస్ టైం కాంప్లెక్సిటీ అని ప్రొడ్యూస్ చేసే ఒకే ఒక బైనరీ సెర్చ్ ప్రాబ్లం. సో అయితే దీనికి very important point to be remembered for this particular binary search is the list. So set of elements or set of records or set of files. మరి అది కన్సిడర్ చేస్తాం. ఫైల్స్ అన్నా రికార్డ్స్ అన్నా తర్వాత ఎలిమెంట్స్ అన్నా ఏవైనా సరే దే మస్ట్ బి ఆల్రెడీ ఇన్ నాన్ డిసెండింగ్ ఆర్డర్. ఇది ఉండాలి కంపల్సరీ. ఇది 100% ఉండాలి. అది లేకపోయినట్లయితే సో బైనరీ సెర్చ్ కెనాట్ బి గెట్స్ వర్క్అవుట్ ప్రాపర్లీ. Binary search perfect workout kaadu. That's what the prerequisite for binary search. Then followed by, so we need to identify an element X which will be presented within the given list of elements or not. So that is our actual final ultimate goal for binary search using divide and conquer. If X is present, then we have to determine a particular value, that is J. So J అనేది ఒక ఇండెక్స్ వాల్యూ అనుకున్నట్లయితే such that A of J equal to X. J is one index element. ఆ ఇండెక్స్ లో A of J లో ఏదైతే ఎలిమెంట్ ఉందో ఆ ఎలిమెంట్ ఎస్ X ఈక్వల్ అయినట్లయితే yes it is fine అని చెప్పేస్తాం. ఒకవేళ X అనేది it is not fine, X is not fine in the sense J can be equal to 0. ఇక్కడ వీడి ఉద్దేశం ఏంటంటే so list of elements మొత్తం కూడా, for example these are the list of elements which are available. సో మనం C++ వాటి ద్వారా జావా పైథాన్ వాటి ద్వారా ఇంప్లిమెంట్ చేస్తే ఇండెక్స్ వాల్యూ సో 0 దగ్గర నుంచి స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది. 0 1 2 and so on up to for example n will be number of elements. ఇక్కడ 0 కి సెట్ చేయమన్నాడు, థియరిటికల్ గా 0 కి సెట్ చేయమని అడుగుతారు. బట్ యాజ్ పర్ ది ఇంప్లిమెంటేషన్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ వ్యూ it could not be 0, it would be -1. It would be -1. Please remember this particular point. Theoretical గా 0 రాసిన ఇబ్బంది ఏం లేదు, బట్ ఇండెక్స్ వాల్యూ 0 దగ్గర నుంచి స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది కాబట్టి -1 రిటర్న్ చేయాల్సి ఉంటుంది. బికాస్ there is no -1 index value for any kind of arrays in anywhere else. ఎక్కడ ఉండదు. సో కాబట్టి -1 రిటర్న్ చేయాల్సి ఉంటుంది. ఓకే, సో దట్ ఈస్ ది పాయింట్ we have to remember. Then divide and conquer ప్రకారం ఏం చేయాలి, ఎలా చేస్తే ఈ ప్రాబ్లం సాల్వ్ అవుతుంది. How this particular problem can be solved by using the divide and conquer technique. ఎలా అవుతుంది గమనిద్దాం. So let our problem, divide and conquer is always trying to specify with a particular problem capital P, and it will be continue to apply division until small of p will be get satisfied. Small of p satisfy అయ్యేంత వరకు సో ఈ పర్టికులర్ ఆపరేషన్ జరుగుతూనే ఉంటుంది. సో కాబట్టి our problem p will be equal to n is number of elements, ai to am number of elements which are available, actual elements, physical elements which are available within the list, and x which is the element which is going to be set to the element here. So okay, you can see that. And a very important point, as far as this particular point which we have seen here, the same point will be mentioned here. A of I is less than or equal to A of I plus 1 is less than or equal to and so on, less than or equal to A of N. అది కంపల్సరీ ఫాలో అవ్వాలి. అది కంపల్సరీ ఫాలో అవుతేనే నాన్ డిసెండింగ్ ఆర్డర్లో ఉంటేనే మనం బైనరీ స్విచ్ ఆపరేషన్ని పర్ఫెక్ట్గా చేయగలం, లేకపోతే కష్టం. సో దెర్ఫోర్ డివైడ్ అండ్ కాంకర్ ఎలా అప్లై చేస్తారో ఒకసారి అబ్జర్వ్ చేద్దాం. If small of p, there are two cases. Case number one, let small of p will be true. For example, number of elements within the list will be 1. ఒకే ఒక ఎలిమెంట్ ఉండి ఉన్నట్లయితే సో స్మాల్ ఆఫ్ p will be gets true. దీని ఉద్దేశం ఏంటంటే స్మాల్ ఆఫ్ p will be always will getting true when problem might have single element. ఒకే ఒక ఎలిమెంట్ ఉంటే సో స్మాల్ ఆఫ్ p true. So, for example, in your list, only one element is there with you. N equal to 1, only one element is there. So, there are two possibilities. First possibility will be that element will be a required element to be set. Second possibility will be that could not be. There are two possibilities. Either element x ki equal ayi undali, lekapothe x ki ante element to be set ki not equal ayi undali. Ee rendu clear avutadi. However, maybe this is the case one. So therefore, S of p will be take the value of I if x equal to A of I, otherwise, so it will be taken 0. చెప్పుకున్నాం కదా మనం C++ ద్వారా చేసినట్టయితే -1 ఇక్కడ ఇంప్లిమెంట్ చేయాల్సి ఉంటుంది. So as per theory, it is 0. So S of p will be take the value of I అంటే index value. So if x equal to A of I equal అయితే I ని రిటర్న్ చేస్తాను, లేకపోతే 0 రిటర్న్ చేస్తాను. Case 2 లో more than one element ఉన్నట్లయితే, if more than one element will be there within this particular thing, then you have to operate divide and conquer technique on that particular problem continuously. What is the divide and conquer technique? The technique will be always trying to divide the given list of elements into half and so on, by 2 and so on. So, ఎప్పటి వరకు చేయాలి? స్మాల్ ఆఫ్ p will be getting true. మరి స్మాల్ ఆఫ్ p ఎప్పుడు ట్రూ అవుతుంది? సింగిల్ ఎలిమెంట్ వచ్చి. సో ఆ విధంగా మనకు ట్రూ ఇంతవరకు చేసుకుంటూ వస్తాం. అండ్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు పిక్ అప్ one particular element or index element, that is q, where q will be equal to as far as this particular point of view I'm talking. Q will be equal to lower bound of I plus I is the lower index value, m is the higher index value, divided by 2 of this one. This is mid element of that particular list, such that compare with AQ. X will be compared with AQ. If it is successful, then so your problem has been solved. Successful ante required element AQ లో ఉన్నట్లయితే మీకు ప్రాబ్లమ్ సాల్వ్ కాదు అనుకున్నప్పుడు you have to search for whether x is less than AQ or A of mid, otherwise x is greater than A of mid. ఈ రెండు సిచ్యువేషన్స్, ఈ రెండు సినారియోస్ ఉంటాయి. లెస్ దాన్ అంటే ప్రాబ్లం ఎలా తీసుకుంటుంది? x is less than A of q in the sense m will be set to q minus 1. M will be set to q minus 1. Look at this. M will be set to q minus 1, and list space will be reduced to q minus I, where I will be the list of what you call lower bound value of that particular list, q minus I. Okay. If this will be true, x is greater than A of q will be true. Q plus 1 to A of m. So therefore, the set space will be reduced to m minus q here. In this way, so the problem can be divided continuously. And finally, the programmatically q is known as mid, where mid will be equal to r and I have given. So this is the mid value. That is the mid value. Now, how this can be get solved? For example, if list of elements will be this one, and I want to search for element 20. So here I equal to 1, m equal to 13. That is low equal to 1, so high equal to first value will equal to 1 and the last value equal to 13. You can take any value, any notation. Notation is not important. Solution of this particular problem is important. Okay, mid value equal to first plus last divided by 2. Therefore, you could get 7. Okay, so you need to search for the search element. This is the element which we are trying to search for. So whether this element will be existed with A of 7 or not. Okay, list of 7 or not. If it is existed, then the problem is solved. There is no question to continue. Okay, so continue on continuation after finding the element, so it is meaningless. So A of mid is equal to the search element. No, it is false because 20 cannot be equal to. So this condition 20 is equal to so 70. So no, it is false. Since it is false, then it will be goes to checking for element is less than A of mid or not. Element is 20. Whether 20 will be less than 70 or not. Yes, it is true. Since it is true, so the last element, this particular element will be moved from here to mid minus 1, that is 6. Okay, here to there. So therefore, so the problem space will be reduced to first to mid minus 1. Remaining elements, all these elements are not supposed to be taken into set space. ఇవన్నీ కూడా ఎలిమినేట్ అవుతాయి. సో ఇప్పుడు మీ సెట్ స్పేస్ వచ్చేసి సో ఇక్కడ నుంచి ఇక్కడ వరకు మాత్రమే, మిగతా అన్ని కూడాను ఎలిమినేట్ అయిపోతాయి. సో సెట్ స్పేస్ విల్ బి గెట్స్ రెడ్యూస్డ్. You can see this is half mid equal to first plus last by 2, that is 3. How it could be gets 3 will be the sense. So first is value of first is 1 and the value of last is 6. 1 plus 6 will be equal to 7. So 7 divided by which is lower of 7 divided by 2, that is equal to 3. Yes, we got. Now, so here search space will be reduced to this whole space. Whatever I have covered with the red color, all those elements will be eliminated from your search space. Now, again, we have to perform the same operation. Whether A of mid equal to element or not. Again, it is false. Element to be searched will be 20. Whether A of mid value is 30. So whether 30 will be equal to 20 or not. Again, the condition will be false because it is not equal. Then going for element is less than A of mid or not. So 20 is less than 30. Yes, it is true. Since it is true, your search space will be gets reduced to first to mid minus 1. So this is the mid value, mid minus 1 in the sense. This is the mid minus 1 location. Up to that, it is going to be applied. Now, so if you go ahead and search for that one, then you could see. So here it is A of what do you call first equal to 1. So A of last equal to 2. So that is 1 plus 2. 1 plus 2 divided by 2. So which is in lower case. I mean floor of. Then it will be 3 by 2. 3 by 2 with floor value. So that will be equal to 1. That will be equal to 1. So therefore, mid element also identify the same location, that is. Now, so as far as the point which we have considered here, now this particular area will be eliminated from the search space. Previously, this particular area will be eliminated from the search space. Right now, so 4 and 5 elements will be eliminated from the search space. Now, A of mid equal to element or not. A of mid in the sense of some 10 is equal to 20, whether it is true or not. Yes, it is false. It is not. Therefore, whether you have to search for element, that is 20 is less than 10. No, it is also false. This could also be comes into false. Therefore, next question will be 20 is greater than 10. Yes, it is true right now. This could be considered. So therefore, the problem space will be reduced to mid plus 1 to last. Mid plus 1 in the sense, this is the mid element where exactly. So last in the sense like this. Mid plus 1 to last also identified to. So we have to come to a conclusion such that the problem is going to be end, because mid, first, last, everything will be considered as same element. If element will be set element will be within the same location, then the problem is solved. Otherwise, I mean successfully solved. Otherwise, the problem is unsuccessful. Look at this. So therefore, mid plus last. So here, so first value is 2 plus second value also 2. So divided by 2 here. So you got this is floor value that will be equal to 2. Okay, everything can be identified the same location. The same location. Now, yes, f with equal to element 20 is equal to 20. Yes, it is true. 20 is equal to 20. Yes, it is true. The problem is successful. In this way, for every recursive call, so list some 50% of that particular list will be reduced from the search space. Continuously, it is being reduced. So that is why it's been giving very so quick output for our particular problem here. Okay, your search is successful. Your search has been so get successful here. So therefore, this is the problem, and this problem, what is the algorithm for this one here? So there are two different types of algorithms. One is the iterative, and second one is recursive. Second point is recursive. This is iterative. Okay, A list of elements, N number of elements, X is element to be searched. When you have to identify whatever the discussion which we have made, whatever the discussion so far we have made, same kind of activity will be done in theoretical approach. That's all. Okay, low and high values will be adjusted continuously. High value can be adjusted to mid minus 1 if this condition is true. Low value is adjusted to mid plus 1 if this particular condition true. Otherwise, the element will be found at mid, the problem is gets solved. The problem is gets solved. And if you take the same thing in terms of recursive manner, yes, this is the specification to be understand. Whatever the discussion we made in the beginning of the class, that is recursion. Okay, that is recursion. Yes, same. There is no difference at all. Everything is same. If m equal to I, where I will be the first element, m will be the last element. If m equal to I, then obviously the search is going to be n. It will be concluded if m equal to I. Otherwise, it will be continued for one more search, one more recursive call. So this is the base condition. If base condition will be gets occurred at this particular point, then you are expected to identify whether it is equal or not. If it is equal, yes, the point will be I value will be the output. Otherwise, it must be written 0. So as I'd like to remind you one more time, you are trying to explain this one. So in terms of -1, if you are supposed to develop any language, it could be taken as 0, its index value for an array. Then same procedure will be gets followed one more time. Same procedure will be gets followed. So here, if element is less than mid, obviously the final value or last value m will be reduced to mid -1. If element is greater than, then I value can be improved to mid +1. Things will be very same, and everything will be done in a particular manner. However, whatever the situation it could be, so we have to evaluation. Evaluation of this binary search is very important here. Evaluation of the binary search is playing a vital role here. So therefore, for evaluation, before going to take the evaluation, we'd like to identify how the search operation could be happened here. So wanted to identify this particular 151 here, for example, then initial low element will be 1, high element will be 14, the mid element will be 7. F mid in the sense of here, this element 54 equal to 151, which is false. So therefore, this entire sublist will be eliminated from the sublist, for the search space. Now, the low will be adjusted to location 8. This is right now which is low. So this is right now which is low, and this is right now which is high here. Again, based on these values, again you have to identify the mid element. Now mid element will be so this location. So check one more time. So whether 125 is equal to 151 or not. No, it is not. And again, so this particular list of elements we are going to eliminate it from the set space. Okay. So then, so we'd like to consider, low will be adjusted from here to this particular place to this place. Low will be adjusted here. Then 12, 14, 12 plus 14 divided by 2, that is 13. So this is the mid element right now. So therefore 141 equal to 151. Again it is false. So therefore from this particular place to here it is being adjusted. So finally, we got found when last element will be taken. So the orientation. So what is the importance of to display this particular thing here is how the low element is being propagated right away from initial value to the final value. So that is the point which we have to consider. The next example we have taken, so minus 14. Minus 14 is not existed here. Minus 14 is not existed. How low value will be floated right away from some place to another place, and high value can be floated, how this could be gets identified. Okay, to explain this particular thing, we have taken this particular example, not for any other issue. Okay. Then followed by, if you consider x equal to 9 somewhere else within the specification, then how these values can be gets floated here. This is very important. So finally, some elements will be eliminated from the search space. That is the point which we have to identify. Some elements will be eliminated from the search space. Okay, so that is the point which we have to identify here. So here, the decision making tree for that particular decision making tree for binary search, if number of elements will be 14, number of elements will be 14, so then this particular decision making tree will be gets true. Already you wrote one particular assignment on this one. So not one, two assignments on this one. For 32, for 16, you have written. Okay. Initially for 14 elements, initially first mid element will be 7. Second mid element, if element will be available at left side, second mid element will be 3. Then third element will be 1. If it is found at 1, then it is search is successful. If it is not found at 1, then search will be unsuccessful. Unsuccessful. In such a way, it will be. If 14 elements are there with you, maximum number of recursive calls will be 4. Look at this. Height of this particular tree will be, this is level 0, this is level 1, this is level 2, this is level 3. So 3 plus 1, that is totally 4 recursive calls will be gets happen. You have so 14 elements. Okay, convert this 14 into 2 powers. So it is approximately 14 will be approximately equal to so 2 power 4. So therefore, you will be maximum number of recursive calls will be required will be 4. Okay. Now, very important thing, that is complexity. Complexity is playing a vital role. So when binary search will be given to you, then immediately you have to answer the question by writing recursive algorithm followed by, of course, decision making tree is not required. Recursive algorithm must be written by you, and before that you have to write some theory which I have discussed just before the beginning of this class, and then followed by, very important, you have to write the complexity. If you are not evaluate the complexity, you could not get marks. Please remember. So, so you could remember here is, let us consider only one element will be there, single element is there. Then the search might be whether successful or unsuccessful. Okay, so this can be happen, and T of 1 equal to 1. Let us consider this is equation number 1. Case number 2, already we have discussed. More than one element, that is n elements are there, then how the complexity can be. So T of n equal to, as per the divide and conquer rule, so what is the recurrence relation for the divide and conquer rule is, so T of n will be equal to, so A into, so T of n by B, n divided by B. So T of A into n, so divided by B, so plus f of n. This is the recurrence relation where exactly you have to consider for evaluating any kind of divide and conquer approach algorithms here. Okay, based on this one, how many number of sublists are going to take into consideration for the evaluation will be decided by A. So both sublists are taken, or only one sublist is being taken by this particular A. Then for each time, how you have to divide the list of elements will be decided by B. And what are the how many number of comparisons and how many number of swappings will be taken care by this f of n. Okay, A will be how many number of how many sublists are being taken into consideration for every recursive call while you have to solve the problem. B will be what is the premise is to be divide that particular list into. Then f of n is number of swaps or number of comparisons will be done by that particular problem. So divide and conquer always performs some kind of operation that is, so exactly the list will be always done by half. So therefore B will be equal to 1. In binary search, so some, 50% of the search space will be eliminated, not to be considered. So therefore A will be equal to the 1 here. And f of n will be continuously we have performed three different types of comparisons. A equal to f, element equal to f meter, otherwise element is less than or element is greater than. Three operations will be done. Instead of writing three, so f of n, so here the value of f of n will be equal to, so C, constant number of comparisons will be done. So therefore, after taking these considerations of recurrence relation of divide and conquer, we got this one. Okay, this is equation number 2. Then identify T of n by 2 value. Okay, T of n by 2 equal to T of n by 4 plus C. Equation number 3. Also identify T of n by 4 value. So, and then substitute this particular equation in this equation. Then you could get like this. T of n by 2, T of n equal to T of n by 2 plus C, that is actual equation number 2. Substitute equation number 3, that is T of n by 4 plus C, which is the value of T of n by 2. Then you could get this value, T of n by 4 plus 2C. And substitute, this is from equation number 3. This is from equation number 3. Then substitute the value here, equation number 4. That is from equation number 4. T of n by 8 plus C. Then you have to T of n by 8 plus 3C. Where exactly the possibility will be there, you can convert the values or the constant numbers into 2 powers. So 2 power 3. Then this recursive calls will be happened for k number of times, and it could be considered 2 power, T of n by 2 power k into k. This is equation number 5. Now, as far as the divide and conquer technique, the basic primitive of the divide and conquer technique is n equal to 2 power k. N equal to 2 power k. Because, so if a number of elements will be n, how many recursive calls will be taken? So k recursive calls will be taken. Then how many number of elements will be there after k recursive calls? 2 power k number of elements will be there. 2 power k number of sublists are available within the list. Apply log on both sides. N equal to 2 power k. So log base to n, log base to 2 power k, that will be equal to k equal to, this is equation number 3. Substitute this equation at 5. Equation number 5 is this one. So instead of 2 power 5, 2 power k, you can substitute n instead of k. Log base to n has been substituted. Therefore, n by n, t of n by 1 plus log base to n into c. T of n by n is t of 1. From equation number 1, t of 1 equal to 1. Okay, this is from equation number 1. Okay, then when compared to c into log base to n, 1 is very negligible value. So eliminate 1 from this one. Then t of n equal to c into log base to n. C is a constant. The constants are not supposed to be taken into consideration as per the design and analysis of algorithms. So we have n equal to log base to n, otherwise big O of log base to n. You can take anything. In this way, you can evaluate the binder search very clear. In the initial times, we have completed this particular problem for 3 days, but in revision, we have completed within single day. Single hour. That is what divide and conquer. If you have any questions, then you please post me on Google Classroom. Then I will answer them. So ask all students to attend these revision classes so that they will get some more idea about this designs of algorithms subject, so that you could get a very good marks. So designs of algorithms will be gives you out of out marks. Otherwise, you may be failed. So that you please attend. Please inform everyone to attend these classes so that people will get some more knowledge of this. So tomorrow we shall discuss the quicksort problem. Okay, and while doing the quicksort problem, we shall also look forward for some question papers. Sometimes some question papers will be given some numbers and apply the same thing by using quicksort. So we will solve the same problem using the quicksort with the help of the quicksort on previous question paper values. Okay. Right. So that's all for today. We'll go away. Let me take your attendance.